Okay, so let's go to something called dictionaries. This is a new concept for a lot of you. I wanted to go over it because it's pretty, like it's very useful, and I like using it a lot. And we actually will use it at the end for the project we're going to make. So dictionaries, okay? So dictionaries are, if anyone here has done any like high level courses for like C or something in your upper years, you probably went through like linked lists and yeah. So a linked list is basically kind of like a dictionary, and I'll show you here. So this is what it does. So I could make a dictionary called phone numbers. Okay, I make it equal to, and the dictionary, what you do is to start it off. So here, you know, a list we did square bracket, a tuple we did circle bracket. For a dictionary, you do a squiggly bracket like this, this type of bracket. And a good thing to do when you're doing dictionaries is to press enter in the middle. So you have the square, like kind of like a function. You know how you do a function in C, where you do press enter here, so you can have it like closing and opening here. Do that because it's much easier to see. And then in here, what I'll do is this. I'll write some names. So I'm going to say Mustafa, okay? And I have here some random phone numbers I got off the internet. I'll just put like some random phone numbers, okay? So what you do is this. Say, like, it's like it runs by this way. There's a key and value pair. Let me actually copy this so I can explain before okay. I had this on the side, but say I have this. This is actually a dictionary. And what it is this. It has a key and a value pair. So each one of these is called a key and a value. Okay, so key, value for each one of these. And you know, here we have the commas to separate each key and value pair. And the colon is for difference between the key and the value. So what it is this. In my dictionary, say I want to relate two values to each other. So here I'm relating name to their phone number. So say these are my friends, okay? If these are my friends, I can have the name and their phone number connected to each other. They're related here through the dictionary. So here, Jack, his phone number says this. Muhammad, this is his phone number, okay? Christopher, this is his phone number. Prashant, this is his phone number, okay? So I related these values to each other. So it's a key and a value pair. And I can do this here. So I can say print. And how do I get this phone number? Say I know my friend's name is Jack, okay? And I want to get Jack's phone number. What I do is this. I say print and then say, you don't need to say print, but I'm going to print it. So I put it on the terminal. Phone numbers. Let me actually first comment these out so it's not messy. Okay, so now if I write phone numbers and then I write square brackets again, so these square brackets. But now instead of writing an index like we do for an arrays like 0, 1, 2, 3, what you actually do is just you write the name you want. So Jack, for example. Right? So I have phone numbers, Jack. So what this would do is it'll go to the key that, so this is what you put here is the key. Here, all the left side is the keys. So it'll go to the key that you put in here. So I said Jack, and it'll output the value of that key. So here, the value of that key is the phone number for Jack. So if I print here, see here how it printed the phone number? So I said, oh, find phone numbers of Jack. So this dictionary for the phone number. And my key is Jack. So I want Jack's phone number. And it gives me the value that's equal to, or that's related to Jack. So now I have Jack's phone number. I could do it again for like, I don't know, Prashant. See here, now it's gonna print Prashant's phone number and Jack's phone number, which I said here. See. So, please paste that to the internet. Oh, okay. Let me just do that quickly. Append means add to the end. Okay. Can you add multiple phone numbers to a single key? Yes, you can, but I'll show you how it's done. Let me show you. Oh, something I didn't say about lists in the beginning, I could just say right now, is that lists in Python, you actually don't need to have the same values inside. So you know how we have a list of strings here? I could actually just say 10 in here, which doesn't make sense, obviously, with the groceries, but I just added a number inside, not a string, and I can print this, or this is a tuple, actually, but it'll work the same way. Tuples and lists, you can both do this. If you just add, it'll take anything. It doesn't have to all be strings or all be integers or all be something. Like it can be a mix of strings, integers, floats, everything, and it'll print it. So if I do this, see here in the beginning, this one, it printed the tuple, and see the tuple has 10 in the end, and that 10 is actually an integer. So it doesn't matter if it doesn't all have to be strings, or whatever value you put in. Something I will say though in Python, because you might be getting errors from this, and this is how to fix it. Python really cares about indents. So if I make groceries and I do this, okay, it'll give me an error. Indentation error, unexpected indent. You can't just put an indent wherever you want, like randomly. It doesn't like that at all. So you always have to have correct indentation. So I don't indent unless I'm actually going to a function or something, which I'll show later. But right now, everything, no indents, no spaces. I can't do a space either. Like, see this? Unexpected indent. Can't do a space. It has to be like first thing. Doesn't you add multiple phone numbers? Can you add more than just phone numbers to a contact? Yes. I'll show you now. Okay. So what you can do is this value actually can be anything. Right now I have it as numbers, right? But so same, I have Mustafa here has multiple phone numbers, which is me. Okay. Say, so what I do is I actually make a list of phone numbers as the value. So what I say is like, I can just copy this phone number again. Okay. So say this is my phone number now. I know it's also for Christopher here, but say like these are two phone numbers that are related to me. Now what I do is I have a list of phone numbers connected to my name and the value. And what I do is say what you can do first is if I print Mustafa only here, what it's gonna do is just gonna print the list of phone numbers. See here? It printed the list of phone numbers that's connected to me. But say I want like a specific phone number. Okay? What you do is phone numbers, Mustafa, this part outputs is like a list, right? So remember here how in lists we said we could do the square bracket and the index. So I can also do a square bracket after here. And here I say my index. So say I want the second value in the list, which is a 1, index 1. And I write this, and now see it prints the second number. Please slow down. Okay. If you could write what you missed, Andrew, and I'll try to go over it again. I put a list as my value instead of just a number here. And when I put the list and I printed it before, it printed the list itself, right, with the numbers inside. But if I want to just take a specific number, okay, yeah, here, look. So I showed this before, right? So let me do this one more here. Right. So here, when I did this print phone numbers Jack, I said it printed the value of Jack, right? So Jack is this, his value is this phone number. But then when I print my name instead, I don't have a number here, I have a list of numbers. So if I print that, it actually prints the list of numbers that's connected to my name. Okay? So now that it prints the list of phone numbers, say I only want one phone number out of this list of phone numbers. Okay? One phone number. To make it easier for you, I can put this. I can put this in brackets. Okay. So I'm gonna do like a spacing here just to show you. See here, this part. is actually giving me a list. So you see here how when I printed it, it gave me this list of numbers. So what I can do is, because I know I can index through lists like I did here, I can get a specific value from the list if I want. I put another square bracket at the end. Okay. And this square bracket is for the list itself. And what I do is I put the index I want. So now this is actually a list, and you can kind of see it if I do this. If I say Mustafa phone equals to this, okay? Right? So I did this. Mustafa phone is equal to this. Now Mustafa phone is a list. See?
Mm-hmm.
And I could say Mustafa phone 1, and I can print the index 1 of that list. But what I did was I
Yeah,
just took this and I put it in here instead of Mustafa phone without like creating a new variable.
I see. Could you also write that on one line where after Musafa square bracket, do the other set of square brackets, you do one in the square bracket?
Oh yeah, okay, sure. Like this, right?
Yes. Yeah, like that.
See? It's the same thing. It's basically instead of creating a new variable called Mustafa phone and setting it to the list and then printing and then taking the value like this, you can do it all in one line by just doing this.
Oh, I see. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Um yeah. All right. So let's move on from here, and I can show you another thing you can do. Say, so you know how this dictionary has a key and value pair, right? What if I wanted to make a list of all keys or a list of all values? So say I have a phone numbers dictionary here, but I only wanted all the names. Like I want to know whose phone numbers I have. I could do this. If I do a print here, this is another function in the dictionary. So I call it, so phone numbers is my dictionary, and I say a dot. Okay, and in my dot I say keys. Okay, and then what I do is if I print that, I'm pretty sure it'll print. Yeah, it'll print this, which is basically a list of all the keys, which is my keys in this dictionary is my name, the names. Okay, so I made a list of all my names so I can just look through them. But see how it says dictionary keys? Right now this is not a list actually. It's something else, which called dictionary keys. What you want to do is you want to cast it to a list. So what you do is this: you say list this. So basically, take the keys of my phone numbers dictionary and make it as a list, and then print it. See here now it's a list, and I printed a list of all my keys. So I have all my names. So now if I wanted to check, oh, whose phone numbers do I have? I can do this, and it shows me it. Same thing you can do for values. If I put instead of keys, I could put values. So values are the things that are on the end of the after the colon, right? So if I do this, see here, I printed here's first the keys list, and now this is the values list. And the first value was an array of numbers, right? And then there's a number, another one. There's another number. It's this one. Like it just took each key and put it into a list. Or sorry, value. Yes, single quotes and double quotes are interchangeable. Yes, they are. Single quotes and double quotes are interchangeable. Um, okay, and you can also set these to variables if you want. Like, you can do this, and then you can print keys list on its own if that's easier for you. Set it to a variable. So you say, oh, this is the keys list, and then I print keys. Print key list. And let me just comment these. See here, now I printed, I just set it to a variable, and now I printed it. That's more simpler if you want. And dictionaries also have the same length keywords. So len of my dictionaries, phone numbers. So if I do this and I print it, see here it's 5. That means I have 5 key value pairs in my dictionary. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I have 5 key value pairs. I have 5 names inside. And then let's do this. Okay, to show you that dictionaries can store. So let me put this in here. Dictionaries can store any type for key value pairs like this here. So see here, what if I want to put my info all in a dictionary? I put my phone and I put my phone number, okay? For example, my address, and I have an address here. Postal code here, age 20. And then we don't have, let me just delete this for now. And see, this is now all my info, okay? For example, this is all in a dictionary. And I'm just gonna copy here so I don't have to write it all. But see here, if I print the dictionary's name phone, I can print my phone number. If I print the dictionary's name postal code, I can print my postal code. So see here how let me just comment this out. Here. Okay, here. See here I printed Mustafa phone and Mustafa postal code. And in my terminal here, it has my phone first, it prints it, and then my postal code. So if you have like, this is another way that's like dictionaries are good for. Like, say you want to relate to my name, say Mustafa, I want to relate my phone number, my address, my postal code, and my age. Best way to do it is a dictionary. Someone said, when do we start it, and is it individual? What do you mean by individual? Sorry. Yes, Andrew, here. Key lists. Where is it? Yeah, here. There's a command. There's a function for in for dictionaries. If you do dot, and then you can do keys, and then these closing like circle brackets, and then you cast it as a list. You actually create a list of keys. So in here, the keys are my names, the names. So Mustafa, Jack, Mohammed, Christopher, Prashad. I'll have this key list is equal to a list of all these names. And you can do the same thing for values like I did here. If you explain to me what you mean by individual, Shahana, I can try to explain. Okay, so now you're probably asking, what if I want to change a value of this dictionary? Like, you know how in my list I could change my values here? Like, say here I said names 2 equals to Ahmed, I changed Muhammad to Ahmed. Let's say, first of all, before I change, let's say, what if I want to add a new value, right? And to do that, I say this is I'm in like my work, okay, a company, and I have an ID for the company, or actually this could be my student ID. Say this is my student ID. I want to add my student ID to this or the student number to this dictionary. What I could do is this: I write the name of the dictionary, and then open square brackets, okay, and you put in here what you want to add. So something new. So I want to say student number, okay. So I want to add the student number, and I say equal here. So I said my dictionary, I want to add the student number equals to, and let me just like, okay, let's put that. Say that's my student number, okay. So if I print stock info after this, I'm gonna comment this out. Okay. So when you print a dictionary, it prints it like this, right? It prints it all in one line. It may be hard to see, but that's just how it does it. But if you see here, up till age, that's what I already had when I created the dictionary. Okay, but now it actually has a new value in my dictionary, which is my student number, and I added it by just saying this: software info student number this. But actually changing one of these values that's already there is the same exact way as this. So software info, let's say phone number. No, actually, let me just search up. Just do phone as phone, right? So stuff a phone is equal to. I'm just gonna take a new phone from here, okay? Say this is my phone number now. equals to this. So notice how my phone number is like a 905 here right now. If I say this and then phone, it'll give me this number. So if I run it, Safa phone, see how my phone number, where's my phone number? Here. See how my phone number is now 613 instead of a 905? So what this does is basically it does this. It looks for student number here. It looks for student number. Is student number already a key in this dictionary? It's not, so it adds a new key with that student number. But here it looks for phone. Is phone already a key in this dictionary? It is. So there's phone already. We have it. We said it. So here it just replaces the value of phone with this new value. So see how we changed it? We added here. Yeah, we'll get to the GUI after teaching the fundamentals.